The Shehu Musa Yar'Adua Centre in Abuja came alive today as dignitaries from across Nigeria gathered for the grand launch of 9 Lives, the Bello Fadile Memoir, a book chronicling the remarkable life and times of Colonel Bello Fadile. The event was attended by prominent figures, including former military generals, politicians, and religious leaders. The event drew a distinguished audience, including former head of state, General Abdulsalami Abubakar, who chaired the occasion. In his speech, General Abdulsalami described the memoir as a significant addition to Nigeria's historical and leadership discourse. He praised Colonel Bello Fadile for his resilience, dedication, exemplary life, and commitment to the nation, emphasizing that the book offers invaluable lessons on patriotism and service.
Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, it is both an honor and privilege to stand before you today as we gather to celebrate the release of 9 Lives, quote and unquote, an outstanding work by retired Colonel Bello Fadile, a man whose life exemplifies the virtues of commitment, patriotism, and unyielding service to our nation, Nigeria. Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, a book is a window into the world within the writer and the world around the writer. Read and understood is a bridge between the world of the writer and the world in which the reader lives. In the course of his military career, Colonel Bello Fadile demonstrated a remarkable dedication to the core values that defined our armed forces, that is, loyalty, discipline, and sacrifice. His story, as told in this book, shed light not only to the extraordinary challenges he faced, but also on the profound role the military plays in upholding democracy, securing peace, and defending the territorial integrity of Nigeria.
General Ibrahim Badamasi Babangida, GCFR, the grand patron of the book, was represented by his daughter Aisha Babangida. In her remarks, she highlighted her father's admiration for Colonel Fadile's courage and dedication to Nigeria, stating that 9 Lives reflects the indomitable spirit of a true patriot.
With great humility and love for President Ibrahim Badamasi Babangida and the vision that this book embodies, I will now present his message. And he reads, "The idea of Colonel Fadile's 9 Lives can easily be discerned from his professional trajectory, both as a gentleman officer and a lawyer of note. Fadile falls into the category of those who invest time and energy into intellectual excursions to enrich human history and the documentation of same. I am not surprised at Bello's introspection, chronicling his antidote into lucid prose for the sake of humanity, a journey that spans several decades, covering fields of human endeavor. Bello Fadile is one of a kind, stubborn, stoic, and resilient. He is also very prolific from his military career days when he took permission to study law and follow the academic ladder until he obtained his PhD in law. His academic climb helped to deepen his knowledge about law and society, justice and discipline. Despite all his tribulations in the military, he kept his eyes on the ball, buoyed by determination and unshakable faith in his conviction to conquer the world around him. He was brave, fearless, and courageous, and he still is. He was a man of few words, but his depth and skills in terms of knowledge of operational engagement was remarkable. 9 Lives isn't enough to catchphrase to capture the picturesque details of Bello Fadile, especially in the twilight of his military career when he was branded into a phantom coup that sent him into solitary confinement. Even in the face of such tribulation, he remained undaunted and stood his ground, steeped in the best tradition of remaining consistent in the face of adversity. Bello Fadile never gave up until he gained freedom at the onset of this democracy. His freedom from solitary confinement didn't change his character, comportment, and resilience. Like a jolly good fellow, he got acculturated almost immediately and participated actively in the ensued democratic engagements to birth the Third Republic.
The book was reviewed by Professor Agbo Jerry Madaki, PhD, who described it as a masterpiece that blends personal experience with critical reflections on Nigeria's socio-political evolution. He lauded the author's enthusiasm for education, storytelling, calling the memoir a treasure for both historians and aspiring leaders.
Honorific chieftaincy title indeed was to manifest the trajectory of his life, as it means a warrior who fought, succeeded, and became rich. In this chapter, the origin of Kaba Kingdom, the cultural and tradition, and the scenery of the town is discussed, giving the reader an insight to where the author grew up. His early education is also discussed. Bello started at the home domestic center just behind his maternal grandfather's house at a very early age. His stubborn streak manifested much earlier in life, and he has to change school repeatedly because of his stubbornness. Even though Bello passed examination to secondary school, his dream for higher education was almost truncated due to impecuniosity. Despite the financial struggle, he never gave up on his dreaming. Readers are led into Colonel Bello's struggle towards attaining education and how he was able to surmount those challenges, making him the accomplished man he is today. His maternal uncle, Mike Adebayo, took him to Oro, where he was a teacher, and enrolled him to finish primary 7 at Muslim Community Secondary Okiola. He thereafter enrolled in the Ilorin Teachers College in January 1966, which was to qualify him to become a grade 2 teacher. He graduated as the second overall best student. One notable event captured in Chapter 1 is how the young Bello was able to secure admission into the Nigerian Defense Academy for the 11th regular combatant course, which began in December 1971 and ended in June 1974. His promotion from the rank of officer cadet to second lieutenant, his training at the NDA, his outstanding performance there, and he was actually first among Army cadets, and how his uncle also encouraged him to study law at the Ahmad Bello University between 1974 to 1977, thus becoming the first military officer to be granted scholarship to study law. He's called to bar, he's becoming a lawyer, and his odyssey in the army is also discussed. Chapter 2 is titled Service as the First Military Trained Lawyer, and narrated the author piqued interest in obtaining a master's degree in military law at the George Advocate School in America in 1979, before Captain Peters, to become the first Nigerian to attend the graduate course at the JAS School. This qualified him to be redeployed as staff officer discipline at the Army headquarters upon his return to Nigeria. His influence in the establishment of the Directorate of Legal Services is highlighted in this chapter. His laudable services to the Nigerian Army are also discussed. His posting as Assistant Director, Legal Service at HQ-1 Mechanized Infantry Division in Kaduna is captured here, and how he enrolled for the Master's of Law degree at the Ahmad Bello University, and then subsequently also a PhD program at the same university, to become the first individual to start and complete a PhD in law at this institution in December 1988. The importance of this book cannot be overemphasized. Students of government and history will find it very interesting, as many significant events in the history of Nigeria are captured. The book serves as an inspiration to those who may want to give up on their dreams because of trials, to look at the life of the author and learn how to be strong and maintain faith in God during adversities. Despite the many travails of the author, he never relented in fighting the cause he believed in. In the end, he was helped by God. I recommend this book to all members of the armed forces and to all Nigerians in general. Thank you, and God bless you.
Prince Adewale Adebayo, who presented the book, commended Colonel Fadile for his transparency and honesty in documenting his journey. He encouraged leaders to draw inspiration from the memoir's theme.
I'm a friend of everybody connected with Colonel Bello, and your friendship is tested in all waters. We are waiting for your own book. It's not. Yes, it's not. You owe us a book. And Colonel Bello also owes 2 more books. Because when you read his earlier books that have to do with law, without all these problems you find in this one, you know that this is a great scholar. So he needs to write more books now that he's in the habit of writing. So I thank you all for coming, and I thank everybody who has contributed to this. And on this note, this is not the beginning of the commercial session of today. Book buying, book selling, and I think it's a very worthy thing. Anything you do to buy this book is far better than saving your money to buy books. Thank you very much.
The Secretary to the Government of the Federation, Senator George Akume, was represented by his Special Advisor on Technical Matters, Professor Babatunde Bolaji. Delivering the SGF's remarks, Professor Bolaji commended Colonel Bello Fadile for documenting a memoir that captures critical moments in Nigeria's history. He noted that the book is a timely reflection on leadership, sacrifice, and national service.
I am representing the Secretary to Government of the Federation, distinguished Senator George Akume. The book, which I just heard a bit from the reviewer's hand, Professor Abu Henry, I believe you did justice to that, and I think it is an ingredient for the national reconciliation I'm talking about. I will definitely, as a student of history, read that book by myself. My principal, distinguished Senator George Akume, asked me to therefore deliver this little good message to the author. Dear Colonel Bello Fadile, thank you for inviting me to this epoch event of the launch of your book, 9 Lives, the Bello Fadile Memoirs. I especially congratulate you for this scholarly step taken to document the highlights, bravery, masterclass, and adventures of your life and career for the sake of records and posterity. How you have been able to combine successfully your military career together with being a human rights lawyer demonstrates your dexterity, mastery, and purpose-driven life, which we are all proud of. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, fellow Nigerians, as we celebrate the launch of this book, let us continue to reflect on the role played by many of our heroes, both past and present, in ensuring that democracy returns to Nigeria. I thank you once again, my father. These books demonstrate the role Colonel Bello Fadile played and the bravery he demonstrated in the face of adversity. Special thanks to our father and a respected elder statesman, General Abdulsalami Abubakar, whose magnanimity and pardon has made this day a joyous one for us all.
The event also featured goodwill messages from other dignitaries who extolled Colonel Fadile's contribution to Nigeria's development. The memoir, a captivating account of resilience, service, and patriotism, delves into multifaceted life of Bello Fadile, whose career spanned military service, national leadership, and personal triumphs. In his vote of thanks, Colonel Bello Fadile expressed heartfelt appreciation to all those who supported the event and shared his hope that the memoir would inspire readers to overcome challenges with courage and determination.
I titled the vote of thanks. I call it relationship, caring beyond imagination. That is, relationship means caring beyond imagination. It is both an honor and a privilege to stand before you today as we celebrate the public presentation of 9 Lives, the Bello Fadile's Memoir. This remarkable book chronicles my extraordinary military adventure from trial, tribulation, to near-death experience, and ultimate triumph, as well as how I weathered the storm with great courage and vision.
The launch of 9 Lives, the Bello Fadile Memoirs, marks a significant moment in Nigeria's literary and historical landscape, offering readers a glimpse into the life of a man who has truly lived through remarkable experiences. The event concluded with a book signing session, during which attendees had the opportunity to interact with Bello Fadile. Many described the memoir as a must-read for anyone seeking inspiration and insights into Nigeria's military and political history. 9 Lives, the Bello Fadile Memoir, is now available for purchase nationwide.